Microsoft Excel is one of the most popular spreadsheet processing software in the entire world. It's not really surprising why this is the case. Excel provides you with a simple interface containing a bunch of cells arranged in the form of numbered rows and named columns. It also provides you with different features to manipulate the data and perform computations based on the data. You can use Excel for summarizing data, analyzing data, performing financial analysis, statistical analysis, tax filing, invoice generation. The list is endless. In addition to providing you with features to analyze data, Excel can also display data for you in the form of useful charts which you can use in reports and presentations. My goal with this set of videos on Excel is to gradually take you from a beginner in Excel to someone with intermediate to advanced capabilities in Excel. I recommend that you open a new workbook in Excel and try to implement the things that I show in the videos. If you like the video or have questions about any of the sections in this video or set of videos, please leave a comment and I'll get back as soon as possible. Alright, let's get started then and find out what Excel is all about. Let's look at how to use Microsoft Excel to import data from CSV files. CSV stands for comma separated values. Click on Data from Text or CSV, then click Open. Excel will try to figure out the data type from the file. And based on the first 200 rows, it might assume that your first row contains the column headers. If the first row is actually part of your data, then click on the drop-down under Data Type Detection and choose Do Not Detect Data Types. When you do this, Excel will add a placeholder row with some default column names such as column 1, column 2, and so on. If you're happy with the selection, click on Load to bring the data into Excel as an Excel table. You can click the cells in the first row and edit them in the formula bar that appears next to the FX symbol. To summarize, there are two methods to import comma separated value files into Excel. The first method is to go to Data from Text or CSV and then click Open. The second method is to go to Data, get Data from File and then click on From Text or CSV. Let's look at how to navigate to named cells, ranges, or worksheet elements such as tables and worksheets in Excel. The first method is to go to the Home menu and in the Editing section, click on and then click on Go To. Alternatively, you can use the Ctrl+G shortcut. If you have given your cell a name by typing into the window to the left of the formula bar, then you can select that name in the Go To window to navigate directly to that cell. You can also give a name to an entire range of cells. To do so, select a bunch of cells by dragging with your mouse or by using Ctrl+Shift with the down, up, left or right arrows. After that, type a name into the window to the left of the formula bar. Pressing Ctrl+G brings you to the Go To window, from where you can select the name that you had given to the range of cells. You can even give a name to an entire worksheet. Click one of the worksheets and type a name into the window to the left of the formula bar to give it a name. If you want to navigate to special workbook elements such as cells containing blanks, then in the Go To window, click on Special and then choose from one of the special workbook elements such as blanks. Excel will highlight all of the cells containing that workbook element, in this case blanks. Let's check out how to insert and remove hyperlinks in Excel. For instance, you might have some text in a cell such as Apple. You might want to link this text to a website such as the Apple website. The first method is to click the cell, then go to the Insert menu and click the arrow under Link. By default, the Insert Hyperlink window displays the option to link to an existing file or web page. So provide the address of the website in the address field. You can also change the text that should be displayed in the cell by editing the Text to Display field. An easier method to add a hyperlink is to click the cell and use the shortcut Ctrl+K. A third method to add a hyperlink is to right-click the cell and choose the option that says Insert Link. All these methods bring up the same Insert Hyperlink window where you can provide both the text to display and the hyperlink. In some cases, you might want to display a screen tip that must be displayed to the user when they hover over a hyperlink. To do so, go to the Insert Hyperlink window. To the right of the Text to Display field, click the button named Screen Tip. Provide the text that you want users to see when they hover over the hyperlink. Sometimes you might want to add a link to another worksheet. The process to add a link to a worksheet is similar. Click Ctrl+K to navigate to the Insert Hyperlink window, and on the left choose Place in this document. The preview window displays a list of all the worksheets in your workbook. You can click the worksheet to which you want to add a link to remove a hyperlink. Right-click the cell and choose the option that says Edit Hyperlink. In the Edit Hyperlink window, simply choose Remove Link. Let's look at how you can search for data within a workbook in Excel. Every cell in Excel has a name given by the column name followed by the row number. For example, this cell containing the value 5 occurs in column H and row 4, so its address is H4. You can also see the address of the cell in the top left to the left of the formula bar. To navigate to the cell, you may use the Ctrl+G shortcut or bring up the Go To window from Home, Find and Select by clicking Go To. Then type the address of the cell to which you want to navigate. However, if you do not know the cell in which your data is located, then simply press Ctrl+F on your keyboard. This brings up the Find and Replace window. Alternatively, you can also go to Home, Find and Select, and in the drop-down selection, click on Find or Replace, depending on whether you want to find or replace something. In the Find What field, enter the value that you want to search for. If you want to search for more instances, then click on Find Next. If you want to search for all instances having that value, then click on Find All. You can also click on the Options button to further refine your search. For instance, you can choose to search within only the existing worksheet or the entire workbook. You can also choose to search by rows or by columns. You can also choose where you want Excel to look in, whether it's formulas or values and so on. If you want to perform a case-sensitive search, then click the checkbox next to Match Case. If you want to search for text or numbers with specific formatting, then in the Find and Replace window, click the Format button. For instance, if you want to search for text that's formatted in bold font, then click on Bold under Font Style, then click OK. Excel will search for cells that contain text formatted in bold font. If you want to replace text or numbers, then go to Home, Find and Select, and in the drop-down selection, click on Replace. Alternatively, press Ctrl+H and then provide values for what you want to find and what you want to replace it with. You can choose to replace the items one by one or click the Replace All button to make all the replacements in one go. Let's look at how you can modify the page setup for your Excel workbooks. You can use the Page Layout menu to set up layout and print options for a page in Excel. You have options to specify margins by clicking the drop-down under Margins. You may click the drop-down under Orientation to specify whether the page must be printed in portrait mode or landscape mode. Click the drop-down under Size to choose a size for the page when it's printed. Click the drop-down under Print Area to set the print area for your workbook. You can click the drop-down under Breaks to insert page breaks so that your printed pages have exactly the data that you want to display on every page. Clicking the bottom right arrow under the Page Setup section brings up some additional options. You can specify the orientation or margins by clicking the Page or Margins tabs. In addition, you can click the Header/Footer tab to specify either a default or a custom header and footer that you want your printed workbook to include. The Sheet tab provides you with an option to repeat the rows or columns of tables on every page. This is how you can use the Page Setup section under the Page Layout menu to specify different layout and printing options for your pages in Excel.